We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Zatarain, it is the Cajun hot sauce made with real aged red peppers and garlic. So those aged red peppers are cayenne, of course. And we also have peppers, vinegar, salt, natural flavor, garlic, and xanthan gum. So this really is positioning itself more as a Cajun style sauce than a Louisiana style sauce. And of course, in the blog where the review for this can be found in the description below, there is some discussion by me, especially in later years, that the Cajun and Louisiana style are not the same thing. Louisiana style is cayenne, and occasionally another super hot or a hot pepper, and salt, vinegar, and maybe xanthan gum, and that is it. Now you see Cajun sauces which are trying to up the flavor and what have you by adding garlic and other stuff. So you can see there are some really small particulates in here. And this sauce got a lot of commentary. It was one of the more popular sauces. And then I couldn't find it. They took it off the shelves and I couldn't find it because I wanted to follow it up with a review. It took me a while to find this, and I just only recently did. So, of course, now I wrote the review in 2017, and oftentimes I have gone back and revised some of the reviews, just depending on what they are. It's possible it's going to be the case with this. I don't know. Certainly my attitude towards Cajun sauce versus Louisiana style is a little bit different. Cajun sauce is kind of its own distinct thing, but it is one that I have no use for. I like the Louisiana style. I don't see a need for things like garlic and so on in there. So what's funny is they say it is real garlic, or real peppers and garlic, and then we have garlic listed way back on the ingredients. Now, in the review, I said that one of the things I disliked most about the sauce was an overpowering garlic to it. I am interested to see if I will still find that to be the case. So you can see it is sticking not super well, but okay to this plastic spoon that doesn't like things to be stuck to it. It is your standard red hued sauce with a little bit of oranging on the sides. Sauce looks fine, looks pretty. It does tend a little bit more towards brownish, which I think is kind of interesting. But, I mean, it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. So, as far as appearance goes. So, let's get to the getting. Definitely garlicky. Very punchy, astringent. Vinegar as well. At the risk of soliciting more commentary, I am going to also add that I find this sauce to be a cheap tasting sauce. I don't remember what I paid for it. I think it was $2-3. But Crystal has the same thing. It's not just them. It has a sort of cheapness to the taste. But I'm just barely into the bottle. So to be fair, let's try it on some stuff. So what I have here is, this is Kroger Rock and Roll Chicken, just the plain variety. I did do the ghost pepper variety as well in a separate video, which of course you can get to through the playlist. I believe it's in the Everything Else playlist if you want to see how the ghost version of this was. But I'm trying to find a good grilled chicken I can just heat up and sauce up and nice lean cuts, but not too much. A lot of times people will flavor their grilled chicken, the companies, and the flavoring I will find noxious. So we're going to make sure we get plenty of this on here. Plenty. Alright. So we've used the entire neck of the bottle. You watch me open it. And here's what this looks like. You can see it's pretty well drenched. And heat-wise, there really isn't any here. This style of sauce is not really meant to be, blazing hot or anything, but I noticed that a lot of mass market sauces that have xanthan gum will sometimes have this aspect to it, and I'm kind of wondering how related that is. It's not supposed to add a bunch of flavor to things, but we all know in cooking that unless you're adding distilled water, you're adding stuff to it. It's going to affect the flavor. There's a little flecks of peppers in here, which I like. This is not a good sauce. Sorry everyone, I guess, out there that wrote to me on the blog. I guess you all can go ahead and just be mad. Realistically, this Ray low, not that I wouldn't have got this again if it weren't for the popularity of this sauce. I'm trying to make sure that I have, I'm trying to maybe just eventually get to all the archives, but a top 10 view count for the vlog, I want to make sure that I got, support videos for. You know what though, I will say this, maybe it's not the xanthan gum. Most of their products I think taste cheap too. I am not a fan of most of the Zatarain stuff. Including this, I guess. And this might be better. Now I've got actual space to shake it up, and we'll do that. We'll agitate it, and then I will have some more of this shit at the end of this video. So before we say goodbye, I will take another dose of this again, but I'm being too hard on it. It's not inedible or anything. It's just a substandard sauce. I don't understand what the point of this formulation is. If you're gonna do it, maybe that's what it is. They just slap their name on and go, there you go. Mass market sauce, Zatarain's. And of course they're out ubiquitous on grocery shelves, so people know what they're getting with Zatarain's, and I guess that sauce is just meant to follow that, I suppose. No burn. Oh. You know what? I'll agitate some more. Here we go. The interest of fairness, right? I'm going to shit all over the sauce, I'm going to give it a fair shake. Here's a couple fair shakes. Right? I tried it right when I opened it. You saw me just dump a bunch on, dump the whole neck on those rock and roll chicken chunks. Now, I'm going to have a little bit more of this straight sauce and see if anything has improved. The red's a little bit richer, so there might have been, they're not supposed to be with xanthan gum, but there might have been a little bit of separation, but let's see. Has anything improved? Anything changed? There's the garlic. Wow. Ugh, tastes like sour garlic. With it still tastes cheap. Slightly better than it did when I first opened the bottle. To be fair, slightly better. But it still isn't giving me, good, I love this sauce, I want to use it on everything vibes. It's just, in a lot of ways, I think people that find sauces like this and Frank's and that sort of thing to be good sauces are just, honestly, people who just don't know a lot about sauces. Because there is a whole world of smaller producers compared to those behemoths that are making stuff that just runs circles around these sauces. The Hotter Than L in the Cajun style, that Cajun style was just stunning. Just really showed you the possibilities of what that sauce could be. This is clearly aiming a lot more at the bottom. So, but, I don't think I'll be changing the review exactly. And I think this really is trying hard to be more, it's not embracing the Cajun so much as just throwing Cajun on there. It's not really embracing that. It's just trying to be a mucked up Louisiana style sauce. I think ultimately is really where this goes. So, send your hate mail, I guess, whatever. So, but there it is, the Zatarain's Cajun hot sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.